Whenever you hear, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm, my brother, the people they are referring to are the Biafrans of Africa, which is the Ndibo. France, don't they get it hot. In fact, as it stands now, Emmanuel Macron and that his wife or his man friend, I beg you, my man, shut up. They don't come out now openly said, now since they begin to interfere on the politics of Nigeria, in fact, in the area of subjugating Biafrans to sufferance, that this is the worst, their worst ever a kind of hardship in the existence of France. Don't forget, France is playing a very vital role in the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and also in the issue of Simon Ekpa. Macron have made it openly very, very clear. Since they started meddling in the issue of Biafra, that is when they begin to kick them out of Africa. So now, what is happening now is that France factory crisis are deepens as Africa rises. So since they say they will never remove their hand and their mouth and anything that concerns the Biafrans, my brother, downfall has become the order of the day for them. Listen to me and listen good. Whether you like, believe it. Whether you like, don't believe it. You see, Biafra, you see Ndibo, they are the most blessed ever tribe in the history of the world, in the history of mankind. I don't care how you take it, but to me, that is what we are. The people who go into the desert and make a place, make something out of it without no government support, without no billions of dollars being inherited from their parents. My brother, fear those people. France, and I welcome to the hood. Anyway, my people, let us read this news so that when I go also help me to circulate this news, that among those who are still crippling the economy of the Southeast, who are still sponsoring the terrorism that's happening in the Southeast, who are still sponsoring the insecurity, they are receiving their payments at their own coins. Finland is falling, UK is falling. Now France has joined them. Since Africa kicked them out, what happens? Their energy sector have failed. Most especially Niger, where they are stealing all their uranium to power their energy sector. One day, let's go there. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. France is facing a wave of factory closures as high energy cost cripples its industrial sector over the past 12 months. 58 factories have shut down across the country, 36 closures in late 2024, and another additional 23 between July and December, which is going to happen between last month and December of 2025. They will have another additional 23 that's going to shut down indefinitely. Okay, let us continue. These shutdowns are hitting critical industries, including agriculture, automotive, steel, and metal production. Why is this happening? This one is the question that is led for Emmanuel Macron and those of them working with him to sideline Biafrans and their own resources to answer. Okay, soaring energy prices are making it increasingly expensive to create factories in France. The loss of access to Niger uranium, as I said earlier, a key fuel source for France's nuclear power plants, has worsened the situation. As African nations reclaim control over their natural resources, Europe's energy supply is under strain, leaving countries like France struggling to power businesses and sustain jobs. A shifting global dynamic. They never see anything. Let Biafra get hold of they will know that Biafra is power over all the whole Africans, including Egypt, who are the Egypt. Okay, a shifting global dynamic. For decades, Europe benefited from Africa's resources to fuel its growth. Now, as nations like Niger assert their sovereignty, the consequences are becoming clearer. Africa's rise is reshaping the global economic landscape, while Europe grapples with a deepening industrial crisis. French leadership is beginning to recognize the mistake of overlooking the importance of equitable partnership with resource-rich African nations. As the saying goes, they ignore the chicken that lays the golden eggs. Please pray for France. we are going down. And also help us to beg the people of Biafra and Ndigbo to please forgive us for meddling into the affairs. Message hashtag from Africania to the whole of the East, or rather the whole of the West. So, you see what is happening now? You see what is happening? Now, the people they are kicking out, and now, other countries are kicking them out. Then, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Nigerians are now welcoming them. Look at what is happening in France today. Nigeria is holding Biafrans down. Look at Nigeria's condition. France has contributed to the holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Look at their system today. What they call him? Finland orchestrated the kidnap and incarceration of Simon Ekpa. My brother, jihadists are running Finland down as I'm talking to you this moment now. They are running Finland down. In fact, they have blocked all the whole cathedrals and churches in Finland that no Christians should attend those churches again. And I'm very sure yesterday being church and nobody ever crossed that area. If you go there, whatever you see is on your own. They don't joke and they don't make threats. UK, it used to be 70% Christians and 30% Muslims. But since UK have vowed that Biafra will never get the freedom, that we may continue suffering, my brother, the numbers overturned. Now they have 70% Muslims and 30% Christians. Not even that self. The kind of rape that is going on the streets of London today. Forget about internet and not giving you all these things. My brother, atrocity they happen for England. England, UK, Beliza, Rano Konuji. Because make a haste while the sun still shine. When Biafra regains their freedom, on I go hear the one way past Biatio. Anyway, let me not conclude now, but let us hear from the netizens who said they need to comment on this very particular matter. African has said, what measures could the French government or European Union implement to mitigate the impact of factory closures and rising energy costs? It's a question, and he got a lot of replies. So let us see their replies. Chiebo Ejefo said the only measure is to apply for visa in Africa, Burkina Faso, and work for the labor market. Wow. Okay. Andrew Chile said Africana to change the approach and way of acquiring raw materials. They need to go for a bargain that will promote a win-win situation. If Africa is engaged in an appropriate way for a better bargain, trade can go on in a very excellent and civil manner. The West should be buying raw materials and not force grabbing otherwise. Reorganizing the approach is their decision or risk, facing resistance to grabbing what belongs to Africans. Emmanuel Elezianya said, make them beg and negotiate. Since they said Biafrans will not rest, they also will never rest. I am happy that some people are seeing this issue from my own perspectives, or from my own understanding. Africana said, how has Europe's historical reliance on African resources shaped its current economic challenges, and what lesson can be learned from it? As Emmanuel, what they call him, Emmanuel Macron, yeah. Okay, ma, right now, had I know, I for chop, you chop, make everybody they all right. But because of their greediness, they don't want you to reach where they are. In fact, they don't even want you to compete in the market from your own resources or your own property. The other day, he came out and said Africans can never stand on their own, so we need to help them. What are you helping them? You are helping Africans to liquidate their God-given mineral resources, and you say you are helping them. Emmanuel Macron, now thunder go buy you. Honorable Akinwumi Olawale said, this is just the beginning. They will later realize that we are their masters. If not for bad leadership, Africa is blessed with human and mineral resources. I am proud to be an African. Morgan Kanemi said, it is time Nigeria got a captain for itself. Which captain? Hey, yeah, just joking. Okay. Andrew said they can always negotiate for a better trade deal. If there can be a positive win-win situation, Africa is a very good continent to deal with. Except trust should be ignited for better results. The world can be a better place if equality can be allowed and sustained. God created the earth. He put everything humanity may need to live and created all things under the sun for the good of humanity. If we can work for the good of the planet Earth, we would have the world a better place to live in. A very vital information, my brother. Bele Longodi said, let me send enough money to come back home, I beg. Africa to the world. Okay, let me save. You want to write save. Okay. Isaac said, who is good for the... Okay, what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. Henrietta said, since they said Africa will never rest, since they are the one who are sponsoring insecurity in Imo State because of the pipe that is going to Europe, they will never know peace. So France have a hands in the insecurity in Imo State because of the pipeline they are sending to Europe. Wow. Now it is very, very clearer now. My brother, as I said it earlier, France is suffering from having hands. You know, if they are dealing with other African countries, maybe they wouldn't have got it or this hot. But when they try to, when they leave everything they're supposed to be doing, thinking of how to better the lives of their own poor citizens, the only thing they know how to do is just to sponsor terrorism and the Biafran soil. My brother, they will never know peace. Go and mark it somewhere. France. This will be the end of France. More companies is going to close down 2026, and then the citizens will now be left with no work, and then hunger will set in, and then protests will set in, and then the country will go down, and then the country will be destroyed. That is what we Biafrans are praying, and it must surely happen that way. Anyway, have a nice day. May the good Lord continue to bless us all as you share this message. Please help me to circulate it, let it go round. That those who say that we can never make something out of our lives are now the ones going down before us. So have a nice day, and may the Lord continue to bless us all, the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Happy New Week, and it shall be well with all of us. Kachineke meziokwu.